Whoa, where the fuck are we? If you're watching this in video, you're like, where the fuck are these boys? And who the fuck is that?
Kevin.
Who is that? Who's that guy?
Me,
Did
Kevin.
Mike Balzone cut his hair and shave his beard?
Now I'm Kevin. Well, your eyes aren't too bad. I can still see. Steve's are impossible. You ever look through them? It's a nightmare.
We got Gossamer here, Mortimer's brother.
Do I look like Kevin?
Ooh wee woo wee mamacita. Welcome to Dynamic Banter, man. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Does he?
This is interesting because we're not in Mike's place. And we're not doing a Zoom. This isn't Zoom. What is this? Well, we're in Kevin's wretched apartment.
It's actually pretty nice.
Did you see the tile on the kitchen? I don't think you did. I think you'd change your mind if you saw that. Those cupboards were horrendous. Someone's getting knobs for Christmas.
It's been.
You ever bought knobs?
Oh yeah, dude.
At like Lowe's or whatever?
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna do it for like, cause ooh, those are nice knobs. I moved into a condo.
More like necessary knobs.
I moved into a condo and we were like starting from scratch.
But you still have to make a choice about what knob. There's a bunch.
I don't give a fuck though.
No?
Do you? You want your knobs
No,
to be
but you
nice?
have to make a choice. How do you make that choice?
Like someone else makes the choice.
But what if it's just you?
Then I go to the Home Depot and I go, hey, I'm looking for knobs. And I don't give a fuck what they look like.
Yeah, but it's
So
up
just
to you.
point where there's knobs.
Uh-huh.
And then when we get there, grab 6 of them and give them to me. And I don't give a fuck what they are.
Which 6?
I'm going to close my eyes.
No,
And the worker's going to pick 6 of them for me.
that's defeating the point of the
No, I don't
hypothetical.
give. That's how much I don't give a fuck. I will go to the lengths of mildly
You wouldn't think about-
inconveniencing a minimum wage worker.
You wouldn't think about knob versus handle?
I don't give a fuck. Do you care? You seem to care.
You have to make a
You
choice.
seem to care a little bit.
You have to think about it.
Guys, welcome to the show. My boy Owen Carter, my longest friend in the whole world. I guess Jeff, you and Jeff Corley fight for the longest friend I've had. But you've been in my life.
You knew a few peeps in the old
You've
country.
been in my life longer than Jeff, though. Jeff disappeared like a piece of shit, like a coward.
You say he's in Canada?
Yeah.
We never hear about you.
No, yeah. Well, I tell you things about Jeff. Like Jeff's part of the original like laughing in church stuff.
Yeah.
Like all of my Catholic school days involved Jeff.
You got to go to Canada. What a lucky bastard.
I know. He really, of all the friends I knew, who was so like, I hate this country. It's going to shit. I benefit from everything, but when something bad happens, I want to leave. But he was the one friend I had that did that and then left. All the other ones are just like still crying about it. I'm still crying about it, but I stopped giving a fuck. I've utilized enough of this country's great things it has to offer and also have been a part of the awful things it has to offer. And I think that I've put my dues into both. So now I don't give a fuck. Now I just want to be happy and fuck and do drugs. And I don't give a fuck about knobs.
Damn, that's so punk.
Punk rock. I don't give a fuck, yo. I don't give a fuck. If I was ever in an I don't give a fuck phase of my life, I am now in the more extreme version of it. It's intensifying.
Yeah, fuck
I
it.
still give a fuck about a lot of shit.
But also, fuck it.
But also, fuck it. Guys, Owen Carter's here. Owen, you were here from... Okay, so Owen... We talk about Owen a lot on this show. But we've never had Owen on the show, right? Like, you've been called and shit. But you've never like sat with me and been a co-host.
Never, I don't think so.
I was trying to remember because when we were planning this episode, because Mike big timed us and went to Hollywood and forgot about this little show because he's got his virtual reality helmet on and he hasn't taken it off since he got this surrounded deal. We're worried about you, Mike. Take the helmet off. Please.
You got people out here who love you.
We love you. I love you, Mike. I want to see your eyes again. I forgot what your eyes look like at this point. Kevin? Are you with me on this?
Yes, I'm missing.
I miss him. Miss his face.
Mike!
Get over there and fix that. This is amateur hour. Just kidding. It looks great in here, Kevin. Kevin did a great job. We've invaded Kevin's home.
Yes.
And he graciously made this set look gorgeous. I'm sure it's going to look fucking...
Just gorgeous.
It's going to look tits when we see it on YouTube. But, what was I going to say? It was something interesting. Oh, so Owen, when we were planning this episode, Kevin and I were like, who the fuck are we going to get? Like, we can't do another Zoom episode. I didn't want to do another Zoom episode. And Mike's not back yet. He's still playing fucking Topgolf with Nick Hamilton. In a cozy 53 degrees, probably.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
God damn it.
In
We're
New
over
England-
here burning to death, Mike.
New England in the fall? Are you
Ugh.
kidding me?
It's fine. You can, Mike, I love you, and you know I'm just giving you shit. And I know you're probably listening to this on the plane, and your fists are so tight that you're bleeding. And it's not because your nails are digging into your skin. It's because the strength of your fingers are puncturing your palm.
Ew.
You're so mad that I'm spending so much time on you not being here because you really do care about this
Is
show.
that like the Kill Bill?
Yeah,
thing
the
or
thing where
whatever
she's
the
like
fuck?
hitting the 5-finger
Yeah.
death punch or
Yeah,
whatever.
through her own fist.
But Mike, I love you, and you know, whatever. Obviously, I'm just throwing fun shade at you, and you do whatever you want. I'm proud of you, man. No, he's doing so good over there. I've never been jealous of Mike.
I'm jealous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you should be.
It's
I am.
So anyway, I was talking to Kevin. I was like, who the fuck, what do we do, man? We can't do another Zoom episode. Where do we shoot? And I was like, well, I don't know why, like for years I've wanted to shoot something in an Arby's parking lot. How long have I been pitching Arby's parking lot to you,
For a
Kevin?
while, but we can't have the setup.
I know, but I see it. It doesn't matter that it looks like shit. It's like natural lighting and it's like chairs it's the fucking Santa Steve college campus thing
Yeah.
setup,
We
basically.
can also do a Patreon thing of it.
We could totally do a Patreon thing, and now we have to.
What about like a nice park with a picnic table that's right across the street so the Arby's is in the background? It looks
Exactly.
real
See
good.
it out of focus.
Dude, we thought of all sorts of things. We were like, let's go to the park.
Yep.
We'll do it right out. And I was talking to Matt on the drive to Idlewild.
You
and he
blew
was
it.
like,
You should have shot a video of getting the tattoo in the parking lot of Arby's.
Oh, the alien one? I know. As the ultimate thing.
Like with
Shannon
your leg
wouldn't do
out the
that.
window in front of the Arby's.
Shannon's very particular about where she can tattoo, where she
She's a professional and you can't.
We got to be in a sterile environment, and I think
She's building a career. She's not gonna fuck it up for a stupid
how
bit.
sterile do you think the Arby's parking lot is? Is it possible that it's sterile at all? There's enough urine in one area that's more sterile than a tattoo shop, but it's only because it's been pissed on for 5 years by the same guy that drinks vodka only. So we came up with all these ideas. We were like, let's shoot something outdoors. And it didn't matter because it was like, we didn't have a guest. And Mike's so motherfucking particular about who we get on this precious show. So I had to work really hard to figure it out. And I was like, Malcolm's in Canada. Zoya would have been awesome, but Zoya's with Mike. I'd love to do an episode with Zoya.
Will's gone.
It'll end up with her breaking my glasses. Just ripping them off my face. She'll just look me in the eyes and say, Steve, I'm not going to hit you, but I'm going to break your glasses right now. And then without me even responding, my glasses are gone and broken already. I'd do it for the bit. I love Zoe. I would love to do an episode with her, but that wasn't going to work out either. And then there's all these people Mike doesn't like that I couldn't have on the show. So I was like, fuck, what do I do? I'm just being honest. If anything, I can't be called dishonest. And so I was like, Owen would be perfect, man. But I was like, Owen's never gonna do it. Owen hates this shit. Owen hates it. Owen doesn't want a light on him, ever. Owen barely wants sunlight on him. And you can tell.
And I couldn't do it again.
Kevin didn't want to do it again. Kevin was very clear about how he had broken a barrier that he established himself. And now we're in his home. And it's like, look, this was an emergency situation. You stepped up to the plate. I'm grateful for you. The edible arrangement is in the mail. But man, it was. I was like, it would be perfect to get Owen, because Owen's such a part of this show, even though he's not. What's that? Everybody knows the name Owen. When you hear Owen on this show, everyone's like, oh yeah, they've been talking about Owen for fucking years. So Owen, you've been a part of this show since the beginning. And I was like, man, okay, Owen's perfect, but he'll never do it. And I think he said when we were doing the first time show, as soon as we were done with Lost, you were like, I never want to do this again.
That's the main reason.
And I never want to be on a podcast ever again.
Yeah.
Because we drove you insane.
I don't like any of this. You. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Can you explain?
Well, this couldn't
behind the camera. Yeah.
This couldn't even be a part of First Time Show. No, First Time Show wasn't a camera show until Owen was out.
Yeah. Damn.
Like specifically because
it's just because we did that for fucking like 3 years.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It took a long time to watch all of Lost.
And it was like, look, let's be honest.
So much
it's not
happened.
It's not like you were so busy you couldn't do it. It's just that we had to do it.
I did it for 3 years.
We did it for 3 years, and it was
you
like
know how it is when it's every.
It was like a job none of us got paid for.
Yeah.
A 3-year job.
Yeah.
But dude, to this day, people still love it.
We made a few people happy.
They know, dude, they love it. And that's how we met Kevin. Dude, like Kevin
Jesse
sent in that fucking video of I guess we like skipped a week or something.
Yeah.
And you were like,
oh,
and
yeah.
he made the video where he was like
sad
depressed. His life went into the shitter because we skipped a week. And that was so funny and good. And if it wasn't for that show,
kids, if you want to get into Hollywood, that's how you do it.
Well, no, for real.
Send in something
that's good.
Actually good, yeah.
Well, like, but also,
talented.
but also, nobody's good right away.
But put it out there.
Nobody's good right away.
Went for it,
so,
you know.
But also,
Tim and Eric just sent their DVD to fucking Bob and David out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it was like they're pumpers and they're like they're like weird.
They were just shooting weddings in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but
went for it, and if it's good,
let's be more clear about that though, because I think you know. Writers will tell you if you want to be a writer, you have to write every day. And you have to be okay with writing an entire thing, like a book or a story or whatever.
Every day.
And then going like one book every day. And then once you're done with that book, go like, great, this was just a practice thing that I'm now going to put on the shelf. And now I'm going to start another one.
You just keep doing things.
And then one day...
You don't work on your masterpiece for
Yeah,
forever. You just... One of the things might go and you never know which, and you just got to keep cranking that stuff out.
The thing that Kevin sent us wasn't the first video he ever made, by any means.
Oh, no, you could tell.
But you could tell that he was ready to be like, I'm good enough now that I'm going to show it to people that I listen to and like.
Because all it is there's a language to anything. It's a language to music or whatever, business, all that stuff. And all anybody wants to see, it doesn't even matter what school you went to or whatever, is do you already know the language?
Yeah.
And when you know it, when you speak it, and then someone like Kevin sends in something like that, when we're watching it, we're like, you see, he knows all the
yes.
Yeah, he gets
So,
all.
which
takes fucking practice.
Right. So we're saying definitely send things in to people you love, but do them until you feel like it's ready. And by that, I mean, you might need to show it to your friends, and you might need to show it to people you trust before you put it out into the world. But really, like, hone your shit, and then when you're proud, like, send that shit out. Because, we found Kevin through the first time show, and that, like, you don't regret that. Like, you don't regret your time on the first time show.
No, but I definitely didn't want to do a podcast for a long time after that.
Yeah, because this was an unconventional podcast. It was very unconventional. It wasn't just two guys sitting in front of the microphones and farting out comedy and then going home. It was like we had to do research. We were like watching 2 episodes a week, and then we had to remember everything about those episodes. Then we had to pull clips, and we had to like think about the clips throughout the whole episode.
It was pretty much every Saturday for 3 years.
Yeah. Hours and hours and hours.
If anyone's leaving town or anything, you got to plan ahead and whatever.
Yeah, but it was like fun, and we did it mostly for fun.
Yeah. But I was but that was plenty for me.
Yeah,
I'm
and
good.
like to me, it's like I don't regret a thing about it. I never will, and I don't feel any kind of regret at all.
I really have nothing left to say to anybody on a podcast. I ran out of material at most halfway through.
Yeah, but you know why I know that's not true? Because when we're not on a podcast, you don't shut your fucking mouth. You have so much shit to say all the time, and that's why I was like,
because I actually have.
Well,
I don't give a fuck about the podcast. Like, I think I want to talk about.
Yeah, but you know we still talk about Lost. We still talk about Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we totally do.
We used to get paid to play music, and now we just do it for fun sometimes.
I know.
So,
well, it is funny because we'll get to that too. But we've been doing some like interesting full circle stuff.
That analogy doesn't really work because we did not get.
We weren't.
We didn't make any money with.
We didn't get paid to be
first time show didn't make any.
First time show made no money at all. I think I got a suitcase out of it. We had what was the suitcase brand?
Brett was so excited.
Away. Yeah, Brett was like, I want a suitcase so bad. And I hit up the people and I was like, can we get 3 suitcases? And they were like, you can get 1 suitcase. I was like, God damn it. And I was like, Brett, we got 1 suitcase. Do you want it? And he's like, no. And I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
Call Brett and tell him what's happening right now.
Oh, he would. Yeah, we'll call him in a bit. I think he'd really enjoy it.
Should we April Fools him and tell him
might
that
be
we're
too
gonna do
busy.
first time show again?
Oh my god, dude! Not only would you be hurting Brett, you would be hurting people listening to this right now.
Let's call Brett and tell him that we want to do first time show again,
Dude.
and that this time it's Tales from the Crypt.
No, it's Land of the Lost, because he wanted to do the original Land of the Lost.
Oh, really?
Series so bad. He's like, dude, let's start from the beginning.
I'm trying to think what would break his heart the most. Land of the Lost.
It would totally be, dude. He would. And honestly, dude, now's not the time to make Brett feel sad. But anyway,
sad
so
for being included in a funny bit.
So yeah, we'll try to call him later. Maybe that'll be fun or whatever. But so anyway, first time show was very important, and everybody loved you on that show, and they love you when we mentioned you on Dynamic Banter. And those of you that are listening to this show, that not just those of you that have gone back to listen from the very beginning, but from those of you that were there from the beginning. Like, you remember Owen would play, like, music during the History Roads, or you'd hear him laughing or choking to death in the background. And, or Mike would, like, ask him something, and then, you know, he would just be our peanut gallery, kind of.
We talked about Tic Tacs.
We'd always talk about weird shit, and then we'd bring you in and get your opinion and shit all the time. And then you were gone.
If I was around.
If you were around, yeah. But you had been there.
Well, you guys were just starting, and that was like a fun thing to do, to like get to camp out when you guys were doing a thing.
Yeah, because it was like because
it's funny, and there also wasn't sound things back then. I don't think so. I wasn't.
There weren't sound drops.
Yeah, so just hearing you guys talking was all that was happening. So.
Right, you didn't worry about not hearing the other stuff.
This would be impossible now.
I know it would. Yeah. But so
like if you can't sit in the you don't have headphones. Oh,
I normally do.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Well, you haven't been playing
I guess that's true. We're just listening to this.
Oh, you just don't want to be roped in.
Yeah.
Kevin doesn't like to be on a leash.
But it sounds nicer, doesn't it? It sounds more nice and crisp in your ear, baby boy. And I want to thank Kevin for probably the nicest this podcast has ever sounded because these mics are cool. I'm just kidding. Mike's microphones are real good. Yeah. No, I'm saying these are good. I'm saying this is very good. But I'm saying it's the best it's ever sounded.
You guys always have good audio.
Mike's microphones are like legitimately very good.
I've never noticed they're
expensive good microphones.
Yeah, that's an issue.
But anyway, so Owen is also in my life, like my link to memories that I have absolutely forgotten. And Owen reminds me of things that I am like, holy shit, I just do not remember doing that at all. I don't remember it. And the other day, I did this SourceFed video with Meg and Trisha where we went to this this armorry.
The other day you did a SourceFed video with Meg and Trisha?
No,
this is huge news.
Did I say did or watched?
I did.
Okay, so I was watching.
I knew her. Yeah.
The other day I did a brand new SourceFed. This is how we leak that SourceFed's coming back.
And it's you
and
Trisha and
Meg. That shot a video. How funny would that be? I let it slip. Right.
That's like a weird dream you
better
have.
edit
You wake
it
up
out.
and you're like, I dreamt that we were doing a new
We were shooting
SourceFed
stuff, but
video.
we were being secretive.
For some reason, it was the three of you.
When the worst possible time to try to do something like that. When things like G4 are crashing and burning before our eyes. Sadly. I got a lot of friends that work there. I'm real sad about it. I mean, I don't know. It might not be happening, but it certainly feels like it is. But it's so hard to make content today. We don't even know what we're doing anymore. Nobody knows what to do or make.
Unless you're in the algorithm.
And like artistic stuff doesn't make money. Only the lowest common denominator shit makes you money, and it's like that seems like
it's got to be
to me.
really, really basic. That stuff is
and it's
the numbers
soul-crushing.
are insane.
It's soul crushing to me, but I'm glad all of this stuff exists because
Which is, I mean, it's fine. There's no, it's mostly just
somehow
harmless stuff. But
Mike and I have survived, and this show has survived. Lots of weird.
I don't think deconstructionist kind of modern comedy can really ever branch out into mainstream.
I mean, everybody's a comedian.
That's
now.
why, but occasionally it does break through, and it's really bizarre. Like, Too Many Cooks, that crossed the gap, and like normal people saw Too Many Cooks, and I was like, that's crazy. That's one of those rare ones that like,
yeah,
because people aren't thinking like about breaking down opening sitcom title,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, people don't normally think in the way you guys fuck stuff up. Like, this is a joke, ironic podcast. Like, it's a mess.
Yeah. We just Mike and I are funny guys, and we have funny observations.
Like, even Tim and Eric is like, that's as big as that can kind of get, but it's still, that's not huge at all. Most people have never heard of.
No, it's still a cult underground kind of thing. Even though they made a movie that was like all over the U.S. and other parts of the world and stuff.
There are ways to make dynamic banter bigger, but we want to kill ourselves.
Yeah. It's like if we wanted dynamic banter to be like a mainstream thing, it would have to change a lot. And nobody wants
What's
that.
the point? Then it's any other.
And then someone would say,
podcast.
okay, well then why don't we make another thing with Mike that could be a big money making thing? And it's like, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that.
You know, you guys have something that's working. Definitely.
We have our little corner of the internet and the world.
And you even messed around with a few different podcasts, and this is the one that really stuck.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But it's fun to like talk about, like, every once in a while Owen will be like, I was listening to last week's episode and have like a thought about something we said.
I love that.
I know, I love it too. Dude, Chris McCaleb.
That's true.
He'll text me and be like, dude, that fucking bit you did was so funny. Like, he texted. Fuck, here comes my accent. He texted us and was like, he loved what was the bit that he liked?
The salad bit?
The salad, was it that?
I don't know. Oh, you're right. He texted us.
Yeah, he texted us and was like, dude, that thing that you...
Oh, when I died.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
So, because he was like, did you hear that episode where at the end Kevin was like dying? It was the one me and Kevin did.
Last week?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the dying part.
So it ends with like, because I kept like teasing that something was gonna happen to Kevin throughout the whole episode, and then at the very end, it's like something happens.
I can't do it again.
But Chris was like, it reminded him of the monster that killed the Talking Banter hosts, which I wasn't really aware of. What was the last Talking Banter episode?
I tried to purposely put it out of my mind, so...
Well, let's pull it up and listen to it right now.
No!
Owen's nightmare. Anyway, but he said something about a monster killing them, and I was like, I wonder if it's the same monster and it's in-game. Which is really funny to think about because there is new Cloverfield news coming up, and Mike and I were always talking about doing some kind of fun ARG to coincide with it. Not to talk too much inside baseball, but maybe that's something we could consider. But anyway, so I was like, how do I get Owen on this fucking show?
I was around for the 10 Cloverfield Lane stuff. That was fun.
Yeah.
Cloverfields.
So, okay.
I was more on
we'll get to
Cloverfields.
that. We'll get to that. But I want to just say that I was like, it's going to be hard to get Owen on the show.
I want to know how much convincing did it take.
So I called Owen one night on my drive home.
For this?
Yeah. I called Owen one night and was like, hey man, how you doing? We just talked about whatever. And then at the end, I was like, okay, I'm going to present you with an opportunity and you don't have to answer now, because I really approached this, Owen, from a place of, I know you don't like doing this, but I was like, man, it would be so cool if you came and did us a solid and came in to be a co-host on this episode of the show. And I was like, Kevin and I would love it, I'd love it, the audience would love it, like it would be so fun. And then we could do like a music thing if you wanted to, and whatever. And then I was like, don't answer me, just think about it. And then I was like, we'll talk tomorrow. And then like I hit you up.
I'm getting sad thinking about it right now.
You could have backed out.
Because you had an opportunity. The ball was in your court, big time. You could have been like, I will only do this. One thing. I'll come in for the history roads. I'll play some music.
It was fine. I didn't care, but I was more like trying to think of any other better ideas.
I know. I couldn't, dude. We racked our brains.
Yeah. I didn't give too much a fuck about being on or not, but more like, is it an entertaining episode?
Right. Well, because like Ryan Faroki texted me and was like, hey man, I heard you're kind of like trying to find a host for this week's episode, and he's like, I would totally throw my hat in if you needed it. And I'm like, I would jump to have Ryan on this show because he's so funny and he's good and he's whatever. He's another creative like Kevin. Yeah. He's a good editor, good artist, all that stuff. And we love him, and he's been a part of the show for a very long time, the very beginning probably.
Way before.
And well, definitely because of the SourceFed days.
Movie
but he was a remote person, and it would have been another Zoom episode, and I was like, okay, good backup plan. But I really want to do like an in-person episode for this one and not get into the habit of it just being Zoom if something happens.
And this might not ever happen again.
No, I think it might not. Yeah, because I mean, like, you know, this usually doesn't happen. And when it does, we prepare for it like a while in advance. So sometimes it's just like, holy shit, what do we do? And I don't think it will be like this again, probably. But
I was on for the Halloween one.
Oh yeah, for the live Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Does that count?
We pulled you in for
Was that an episode?
Yeah, but you weren't there the whole time, were you?
No.
Yeah. And we've called you for stuff. Like we've called you and asked you questions and been like this and that. But yeah, like, so I wanted to kind of like be like, pick your brain about what has the perspective of this show been like on the outside for someone who was like kind of there in the beginning, still listens to it, and is friends with me and Mike. Mm-hmm. Like, what's that like, and how different is it and shit? Guys, today's episode is brought to you by MeUndies, Quip, and Factor. We're gonna give Owen a moment to think while we do the ads. Where's our ad music?
You got it.
I got some gauche. I got some gauche in the house. Wouldn't it be funny to
Mike's
be...
hanging out with Ghost right now, isn't he?
I think so, yeah. Dude, Ghost Busters. What if we never got to your thoughts on anything and we just kept going through with the show and
I'm willing to commit to the
and
bit.
it's such a cool, it's like we make such a big deal. Oh, thank you. That's a wonderful thing to do. Thank you, Kevin. What a host. What a guest. What a host. What a host.
Remember the first time show we were recording late one night and you spilled water all over the Zoom?
and then we decided to just end the episode, and then we were like, let's just end the episode there. Felt like a night off.
It did. We were barely
Felt
talking.
like a school,
we
like
were
a
only talking
snow
for-
day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That was one of the only times where it felt like we had like a half day.
Or like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it really was. Anyway, I love making such a big deal about how hard it was to get you on the show. And I just talk about it, and then we never get any thoughts from you about it. Guys, me undies, my undies, I'm wearing them right now. I'm wearing the pair, truth be told, that I usually end up making a mess in with my number 2. And I've done it twice now in the pair I'm wearing, to the point where it makes me feel like these are cursed versions of my underwear. And I'm like, and it's weird because today I have like some tummy, and my tummy's feeling a little and I don't really know why. And I'm like, man, maybe it's these undies. So for some reason, I'm telling you guys, I've shit these undies twice. But I have so many pairs of me undies. What?
Cereal Toast Crunch.
Cereal Toast Crunch.
We could talk about that if you want.
Do you think? Could that be the culprit?
Owen's got some insider information based on some conversations we had last night, which we'll present in a moment, actually. But
You should just tell us.
I love
If you're going to be in the
MeUndies.
room with people, you should tell them in advance that that's the situation you got going on. You didn't tell us until
that
right
I've got
now.
a tummy problem? That I've currently got a tummy problem?
Didn't you say you just shit your pants twice today?
No, I said before. I have shit my pants before
You said you shit your pants twice in these undies.
wearing these exact unders.
Oh, it sounded like during this,
Like
this
during
current
this show.
wear.
No, let me be clear. I have
That's what I. Did you hear that too?
because you thought like, well, you'd throw away the underwear, you wouldn't wear them again.
No,
No,
you said I've shit these twice while wearing them, which sounds like since this morning.
No. I guess you're right. I guess that makes sense. What I mean is that whenever I wear this pair, I have
Now I get it.
somehow shit in them twice.
Really?
Yeah, and I have
Like you think it's a fart and it's.
yeah, and then it goes whoops, and it goes whoops. Imagine being one of your neighbors and you just hear that. Like, what does that mean? Oh, that's true. Good point. But whoops is a weird one to hear really loud like that. Could be a big problem. Guys, MeUndies is so comfortable and I love them, and I guarantee you on the East Coast Mike is wearing them. We're just filled to the brim with MeUndies. I love them so much. I fully endorse them. I don't wear any other underwear. And I'll tell you this. Are you ready for this piece of information? There was once a guy. Okay? Want to hear a spooky story? It's Halloween time, so let's get spooky. There was once a guy. There was one.
He didn't like that.
He doesn't want to hear a scary story.
That's like the dynamic banter version of like the Halloween werewolf sound.
Yeah, it is. There was once a guy who.
In the distance, from the mountains.
And then lightning. There was once a guy who only wore MeUndies underwear because it felt like he was wearing nothing at all. And one spooky night, he saw a shadowy figure appear in his home. He screamed, "What do you want from me, shadowy figure?" The figure stepped out of the shadows, and it was just his roommate, Jeff. Jeff says, "Hey man, you really need to wear underwear in the shared living spaces. You can't just raw ball it around the apartment." Kevin's into this. Moral of the story is, when you wear underwear that is so comfortable, it feels like you ain't got nothing on. So why don't you double check that you're actually wearing underwear right now?
Right on the balls, huh?
You can get your own super comfy undies with 20% off and free shipping on your first MeUndies purchase. That's right, your first MeUndies purchase. Guys, I'm sure of it. You're gonna get scary soft undies in the mail delivered to you monthly. Be a part of the club. We got that micromodal fabric that feels so good, like you're being hugged by a ghost. And if you need a last-minute costume, be lazy and transform into a spooky skeleton with their loungewear set. Imagine an entire onesie, loungewear, or pants, or whatever, made out of the same material the underwear is made out of, and that's what we're talking about here. The scary soft hype is real! Everyone, if you're not impressed with MeUndies, your first pair is on them. That's right, that's on us and them. We will not be free of this. That's a promise. So to get 20% off your first order and free shipping on US orders, go to MeUndies.com/banter. That's MeUndies.com/banter.
Kevin's not even on camera. He could have faked all that.
I know, that's the level of dedication he has. He is just being himself after all. Guys, quip. Ooh, I'll put them in my mouth. I don't even care. Good God. It's so good to get into good mouth health habits, guys. Having those habits, healthy habits for your mouth. My goodness. What do you do with your mouth? Let's talk about it. You talk. You suck up drink. Chew on food. You make kiss mouth. You spit. You want that? If you're kissing on someone, you're going to want to clean that mouth and make sure it's clean and nice. Huh? Yeah. Yeah! And good health starts with good habits. Good mouth health starts with good health habits. Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials you need to care for your mouth right to your door. Electric toothbrush is loved by over 7 million mouths and has time sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses. Ah! To guide a dentist recommended 2-minute clean, it's a lightweight, sleek design for adults and kids with no wires or bulky charger to weigh you down, Kevin. There's also a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount that looks real nice. Guys, we could list off all the cool shit that Quip has, but we've done it before and you know what it is. It's basically a really awesome company that will deliver stuff that's good for your mouth to your door. And who doesn't want that? It's nice for me because I don't have to do shit. They just send me all the things I need, and God bless them. So, If you go to getquip.com/banter right now, you're going to get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/banter. Imagine learning English for the first time and you hear someone say, first refill free. And that's spelled getquip.com/banter. That's getquip.com/banter. Quip! The Good Habits Company.
Was Quip ever on First Time Show?
No!
Yes, police, can you please come arrest this fucking idiot over here? Guys, let's talk about our last but not least sponsor, Factor. What do you think of when you think of fall? Don't answer that. For me, it's a packed schedule. Luckily, Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery keeps me fueled up and feeling good, no matter how crazy my days and nights get. Whether you need a quick lunch or a nutritious meal that's ready in minutes, Factor make it easy and cheaper than takeout. That's a serious fall win. What are you chugging over there? Don't say it. It's a brand. Factor has endless options however you like to eat. Are you a picky eater or are you on some specific kind of diet or something where you can choose from keto, calorie smart, vegan, plus veggie, and protein plus to get that chef crafted, dietitian approved recipes that you'll look forward to every single time. And not only do Factor meals save the time, they also keep you satisfied. Those chef-crafted recipes are packed with restaurant-quality flavor. It's so good, you almost can't believe it's dietitian approved. There's a whole other show going on during this show that you'll never see. So go to
you and I aren't seeing it either. We're only catching glimpses. It's a whole thing.
Oh yeah, that's how it always is.
Yeah?
Yeah, somehow Mike is okay with it. Head to go.factor75.com/banter130. Use that code banter130 to get $130 off across 6 boxes. Did they change to 130 with $130 off because of us, you think?
Do you dare me to say back to you what you just said?
I dare you.
I'm guessing on the first part. Factor 30?
No.
.com/fact130.
Go.factor75.com/banter130.
I think it has been 130.
I remembered the 130.
The reason why it's
And the
$130 is
.com.
because you'll get $130 off across 6 boxes. That's code BANTER130 at go.factor75.com/banter130 for $130 off. Kevin looks like a cat that sees something it's never seen before and is really giving it a good look.
No, Factor 75 Banter 130. Right?
You got it. Go. Go.
I'm there.
So last night,
already there.
I was, thank you to all of our sponsors. So last night I was hungry, but it was like 8 o'clock at night. And I was like, man, I can't make dinner. I can't order dinner. I'm going to make this huge meal. And then I'm going to eat at 10 o'clock at night? No, thank you.
8, it's right at that time where you really got to make a choice.
It's like I'm going to eat a snack, I guess.
You got to do something.
And then I'll go to sleep.
You got to kind of pull the trigger.
But man, I was hungry, but I wasn't hungry for like a full meal. And I had some cereal that was
Cereal
like,
Toast Crunch.
it was called, what was it called? Cinnamon Toasters? Cinnamon Toasters. And it's like the bag version of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I was asking my Fortnite fam. I was playing with like Owen and I forgot who else, Ryan and stuff. And I was like, should I get dinner or should I just eat like 7 bowls of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and that'll be that. And it was a hard decision to make. And I was like, I know that if I make the cereal decision, I'm gonna regret. Like, do you think I'm gonna regret it? Will I regret it if I eat cereal for dinner? Is what I asked. And everyone was like, yeah, but like, do it anyway.
Well, then it got too late.
And then it got too late, and I was like eating it. And then I ended up eating it at like 11 o'clock at night. And I was eating this bowl, and I was like finishing it, and I was like, I felt so gross. I was just like watching the end of this new Game of Thrones dragon show. Dude, no one's ever gonna call it the actual name of its show. They're just like, you guys watching that Game of Thrones? And then they made the theme song, the Game of Thrones theme song. And they're like, well, you're just begging us to call it Game of Thrones. They should just call it Game of Thrones Season 6 or something. And just have it be a prequel or whatever. Anyway, I'm never gonna call it House of Pancakes or whatever the fuck it's called.
House of Pies.
House of Pies. The Dragon's House of Pies. So anyway, and I feel like shit today. And I think it's because of the fucking cereal last night.
But you're not having like gas issues.
No, my tummy feels gross. It's
Milk? Did you have a lot of milk?
It was like almond milk. So it wasn't mama's milk. It wasn't mother's milk. Why do we have a mother's milk in the fridge? Why is there a mother's milk in the fridge?
Why is that character on The Boys that? That's the most...
I know his name's Mother's Milk.
I missed why. I'm very confused.
I wanted to do like History Roads and shit soon, but I did want to give Owen an opportunity to kind of just like summarize.
What do they call him for short?
What?
Mother's milk.
They call him MM.
Yeah.
MM, get over here.
Yeah. They go, where's MM?
MM.
It is real weird. It's one of those comic book things that doesn't quite translate to real life.
Like normally you try and get like a name down to
Milk,
something really like
and you're
easy
like,
to say
cool,
in
man.
scenes a lot.
Like when you're reading the comic, you're like, yeah, Mother's Milk. But when you have like a real man that they're calling Mother's Milk, you're like, why are they doing that? I forgot why they're doing that.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. That's why they rarely call him that. They call him MM. All right, Owen. Thank you for being on the show, man. It's good. It's good to have you here. What's it like? What's it like being on the show?
It's interesting that it's Mother's Milk because The Deep is one of the best names ever. It's so funny.
The Deep's very good. Yeah. It's a good show. You want to do a first time show on The Boys or what? What show are we on right now?
What did you
How is it being on the show?
This?
You can't wait for it to be over?
This?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Should we call Brett?
Yes.
It's like I mean, yeah, we should call Brett. I like hanging out and talking and all that shit. I just don't like microphones and cameras. It's weird. I can't ever get my brain off of it.
Well, what's been your perspective seeing what the show's...
You've been around it long enough. If we can't get Brett, we'll get Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Brett Register. Steve Zaragoza. You're on Dynamic Banter.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome. Do you got a second?
Car.
You got a second?
Absolutely.
You're never
You?
gonna. You're never gonna believe who my co-host is today.
Mike Falzone.
Nope, Mike's out of town. You need another guest. It's another guest.
I gotta go. I'm like.
No. You can't go until you guess.
I don't want to guess because I don't want to offend anybody if it's not who I guess.
Okay. Who's the
Too political?
who's the least possible person it could be within the realm of it not being controversial?
Owen.
Yeah, it's Owen! Dude, Owen's never, ever been on Dynamic Banter as a co-host.
He cheated. He heard me laughing.
He did hear you laughing.
I was trying not to say him.
But,
Is he at a microphone?
yes, he is. He's sitting at this table with me in Kevin Placky's apartment, and we're shooting an episode with Owen on camera.
Are you worried that's going to be a lot for the audience to get their hands around?
Too many changes.
Well, it's kind of like a first-time show reunion right now because we really wanted to give you a call.
Man.
We wanted to give you a call and kind of reminisce for a second if you got like a quick minute.
I love it. Time for some clips?
Time for some clips!
Do you have any?
Where's the one first-time show? I have this one.
Jackpot.
The jackpot is from Lost, and then I have the you need to fill it with your cum from the leftovers.
You need to fill it with your cum.
I was, in complete and utter honesty, I was thinking like 2 days ago about first time show.
Yeah, but be honest, how often are you thinking about first time show?
Less than it may seem. Anytime I think about it, you hear about it. So I think you probably think I think about it more than I do. But I saw something for Cowboy Bebop, and I thought, we probably should have done Cowboy Bebop for Javier.
Yeah, for Javier Grigio Marx Watch. We talked about it. We did talk about it.
But no one liked that show, I guess.
And it's canceled, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it would have...
Because we didn't do first time show.
Yeah, but no, because we did Lovecraft Country, which is canceled, and we did that Stephen King show that's canceled.
I forgot you did Castle Rock.
Like, we kept doing...
It did, but it did get a second season.
Which one?
We didn't do first time show on.
Castle Rock? Oh, yeah, we just didn't do it, yeah. But it did get canceled. We cancel shows that we choose now.
Okay. All right, what do you want to cancel next?
Well, actually, Owen and I were seriously considering propositioning you with the return of first time show featuring Land of the Lost.
Is this like a bit? Like, of course I want to do that. Doesn't a proposition come with some, like, sexual, do I get, like, a hand job, too? Like, I'm all in.
No, you're going to give us a hand job if you want to do this show.
Before every episode.
I think that we would have, I think that you guys are underestimating how good of a time we would have.
Like, Owen and I were just
Going
reminiscing. We were just reminiscing on Lost, and it was nothing good. We were like, it was a 3-year job we didn't get paid for.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I think about it, but I think about it like, the way that it pops in my head is as if we were stuck on that fucking island.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man,
we were in the hatch. We were in the hatch, like,
definitely.
taking turns pushing the button.
It's like I want to go back, but I'm not sure that it would be what I want when I get there.
I don't
return to Oz.
I was telling Owen, we don't regret anything, and I love that show, and it makes people really happy, and I'm proud of that show. I think it
Isn't it deleted from the internet?
No,
now?
it's out there. People have it. It's out there.
But it's
there's
not
a way
like,
to get it.
It's not like on
there's like a
podcast
Google
thing.
Drive some fan put out there.
Right, but it's not like a regular show anymore. It's gone, right?
I think there's like a few episodes somewhere. And then some server migration took them away.
And
But
it's not like you kept any hard copies.
Dude, the best clips came out of that show. We still laugh so much about it. He didn't say much when he came back.
It was definitely fun. No one's saying
they brought Charlie back, but they never said anything since he came back.
Yeah, clips.
All-timer.
Dude, clips went from like a total burden in the beginning to the highlights.
To an absolute must.
It's all on Spotify.
It's all on Spotify. There you go.
Remember you guys did Watchmen, too.
I think you're thinking of Cloverfields. Cloverfields is the one that's not.
No, I thought
online.
people were saying it's like maybe it's not on the Apple thing or something.
Oh yeah, it got it. Whatever. Brett, think of the clips from Land of the Lost.
I don't have Spotify.
It would be. We would have to. Most of the show would be clips if we did Land of the Lost.
We just call it Clip Time Show.
Yeah, we just show up and I just play you guys clips I thought were funny.
Dude, we thought of another thing during a stream recently where it was like, imagine if it was me and Owen doing sports highlights, like those shows where like they have sports celebrities like talk on a podcast about like the big game that just happened or whatever. And we were talking about having you as a correspondent that we could like check in with, and we would call it Sports Time Show.
I don't know which I'm more into, but Land of the Lost or that, like, just fucking count me in, man.
Well, you're such a trooper.
I would love to get frustrated with you guys trying to explain why I have to get off the podcast at 5:30 on a Thursday for Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, we got to record it when the games are happening.
And it'd be great too if he's the one who like he's just so annoyed with us not knowing shit.
Yeah, but it's Owen and I trying our best to make sense of all this news.
You're like, what?
Like we literally just pull up the articles about the game and just read them and then comment on it.
I feel like I talked to someone at some point about doing a show with you where it would just be me trying to explain what's interesting in sports each week. Like, here's what's happening this week, and let me explain to you why it's interesting.
And try to appeal to my sensibilities.
Wasn't that when you were gonna?
Yeah, and each episode would end with whether or not you're interested. Like, are you interested in hockey now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, next week.
Next week we're doing football.
Was that when he was gonna take you to like a game or something?
A Dodgers game. Dude,
It's still gonna happen.
well, it's gonna happen when it's not hot as fuck. I'm in if it's not too hot. All right, Brett. Well, I'm going to let you go, man. I'm glad we got to talk to you, and it is a special episode. We got Owen and Brett on Dynamic Banter at the same time.
And Kevin. Who was like a contributor to First Time Show.
Oh, yeah. We were talking a lot about that earlier.
Brett's done this before.
Brett's done the show. He's been my co-host, yeah.
Okay.
We don't talk about
He's funnier than me. He's better.
What's that, Brett?
I was on the Christmas special.
Was it the Christmas special?
We just talked about like Die Hard and Home Alone and whether or not.
All right, Brett. Well, I miss you. Let's play Fortnite, and I guess I'll see you real soon.
Yeah, real soon.
Real soon.
About 20 minutes.
All right, bye.
All right, bye, Brett. That was special, wasn't it?
75factor.com/banter130.
All right, let's hear this History Road thing that I don't think we've ever played this theme before. I found it in here. It's called History Road Power Rangers DB. What? This person's name is Josh and says, "Hello, my favorite DB boys. I hope you guys are hope you guys are doing well. It's my first time emailing in. Mostly because I don't have any cum, piss, or shit stories. But I thought I could contribute in another way. I'm a musician stuck at home with COVID. This was in April, and I got really bored last night, so I decided to try and make a History Road theme song. Every time I hear the normal intro, I always think of the Power Rangers theme, that the Power Rangers theme would work well with it. So I made this monstrosity in my studio. I hope you like it. I fucking love you boys and the show. Keep up the amazing work. Love, Josh." Well, here we go.
I found out long ago. It's a long way down history road. History
Wait, what did he say at the end?
Go Dynamic Banter.
Go Dynamic Banter. Wow.
Wow, that was really cool. Damn.
I think you gotta. That's like a.
Add that.
That one needs to be on the board, huh?
That's a contender for. Wow.
Yeah, man. That was real good. Nice work, Josh. That was really cool. I'm going to star this one so we don't forget it.
It started kind of like one of the Beatles ones, and then it launched into.
Let's hear it again.
Power.
Why not?
I found out long ago. It's a long way down history road. History
Go Dynamic Banter. I want that clip. Just go Dynamic Banter. Oh,
You can take it from right there. That was a solid.
Dude, this is some big information, big news from Mike Falzone, who texted me this morning. I don't know if you guys remember, he's the other guy.
I don't give a fuck, Becca the Goo.
There is a brand new, there's a Halloween Dynamic Banter t-shirt coming.
People are asking.
And I won't show you guys, but I'll show you guys.
After the show?
I'll show you right now. I don't give a fuck.
I never get to see these when they're new.
So
is a
this is
treat.
the Halloween shirt. It's exclusive to Halloween, and it's dropping Monday, October 3rd. Okay? And
That's this Monday.
this is the shirt.
Oh, that's great.
And the only difference is the top is going to say they're loud.
Yeah, it's another collab, you should say. Like a
Real fun.
Well, all of our Halloween shirts have been
yeah.
a parody shirt. Like we
That
did a Shining
was
one.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did did we do an Exorcist one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We did a Nightmare on Elm Street one. It was like a Nightmare on History Road.
Yeah.
Fuck. We did a lot of them. But anyway, this follows that and is another Halloween parody shirt. So it's drops Monday.
Yeah.
So keep your eye on that dynamicbanter.clothing.
You guys always get lots of cool
I know, I like it.
merch. Is it all? No, it's different people.
It's different artists.
But Byron kind of wrangles them or whatever?
It's Byron's shop and Byron's materials and stuff. Good quality shirts, good quality prints. Sometimes you get your shirt in like a cool pizza box that says Byron McCoy on it. It's really neat. It's like our version of like a Johnny Cupcakes kind of thing. Like it's very like the designs are really specific and cool. Like the Cloverfields shirt in the like Dynamic Banter style and stuff like that. Really good stuff. Mike has a big old curation of like really awesome artists.
Yeah, he's
in
really
his arsenal.
he's got the eye. He knows the.
Yeah, we grew, like I said, we grew up during those like zine days and like doing your own home screen
I
printed
can never
shirt.
make like really cool looking graphics, but I know them when I see
Yeah,
them.
right.
know?
You can tell.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do some history roads, huh? You little fucking idiots. Owen, would you do the honors and play us some music while we do these history roads?
We're going way back.
We're going way back to the original days when we would read history roads and Owen would tickle the keys a little bit in the background. Does that sound like something you could do? He's tired. It's been a long day. He's been working that elliptical under the table. This whole episode. He's tired, he's hungry, he wants a cigarette so bad, you can tell. Can't stop thinking about it. Every time he looks at me, he sees me like turn into a big cigarette. Like in the cartoons, he turn into a T-bone.
Should I just headphones?
Can you keep them? Yeah, you can keep them on.
It seems like it's...
No, it's just right there. It's not like a mile away. What, you want me to do it? Come over here, you read the fucking history roads. I'll play the piano.
I'm gonna say, remember our first idea was to read every single unread history road.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do like a 4-hour episode.
Or 40 hours. Like this?
Yeah, and then just kind of, and then the mic, Owen, just kind of turn it towards you. Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Look at that. It's almost like he understands how audio production works. It's like he nearly gets it.
Stretch that to him.
Let's hear some. Let's hear some of that. Give me something. Okay. This is a history road from Lydia White. And it's called A History Road About How History Road Fucked Me Over During Music Trivia. Hi, Mike and Steve. Long-time listener, first-time roader. Roader? I barely even know her. I'm a 27 horn honk horn girl from Nova Scotia, Canada, getting her PhD in marine biology. But you guys called me for a Patreon bit, but when I got the unknown number call, I ignored it because I forgot that I had submitted my number. Oops. Anyways, tonight I was at one of my favorite bars practicing in music trivia. One of my favorite nights of the month. We were at the part where the host plays a song and we had to name the artist and the song name. So an old familiar tune came on. It was the theme song for a segment of this podcast I listen to religiously. The segment is called History Road. And I'm going to tell you right now, you've never even seen someone as confident as me as when that song came on.
History.
That's the... As someone as confident as me when the song came on and I was singing it and I said, oh God, yeah, I know this. And I wrote down History Road. The only part I was struggling with was trying to remember who sang it, which I got wrong. I don't want to talk about that part. So, while the other songs were playing, I was explaining to my friends how I know this song because there's a theme song for this segment on your podcast. And I was so confident that for sure I had this. And then when the answer was announced and the host said Holiday Road, I had the realization of how much this show has fucked up my life. I then had to take a couple of minutes to explain to my team the original theme song that had Owen speaking history and how that turned into someone actually making the full theme song for it, and apparently that has become the actual song in my mind. Didn't even hesitate when I wrote History Road. We came second, and I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm saying it's not, but I'm not saying it's not your fault.
I don't give a fuck.
Anyways, I think the moral of the story is that Dynamic Banter has forever changed my life for the good or the bad, depending on your perspective. Bonus example is that the other month I put on your podcast and Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill was playing. I was at least a minute and a half into it and I thought, wow, these guys are really going for the bit on this one. And then I realized I forgot to switch the aux, so I was actually just listening to the radio. But the fact that I thought it was simply your podcast without question, is this a me problem or a you problem? Anyways, cheers to you both. I'm quite a few beers deep as I write this, so apologies if it's a mess. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. Mike, it's a goal in my life to eventually make it to one of your shows. And Steve, it's my goal in life to run into you at Disney. If you want to offer advice to a PhD research student whose specialty is lobster biology, this is my number. I might ignore you this time. We'll see how I'm feeling. Cheers, Lydia. It says cheers, Lydia's. Apostrophe S. Is there a few of them there? Few Lydias there sent in a History Road. Today, a few Lydias say, we got a Mike Falzone bungle. Is it not fair to read this without Mike here, or we can bring it back up when he's back on the show?
What is it?
Declan. Someone named Declan says, Mike bungled it. Good morning or afternoon, Mike and Steve. My name is Declan Katsalis. I'm a 1.5 horn honk boy from New Hampshire. Please don't say my full name on the podcast. My grandma can't know I'm alive. I'm writing to say that Mike majorly bungled it. See, when Mike announced he was coming to the East Coast, I was quick to attempt to buy tickets to his Connecticut show. I was supposed to be leaving for vacation the day before, but I was more than willing to push that off a few days to see the one and only Mike Falzone live. But Mike, you had other plans. See, I was attempting to buy tickets. It said the show was for people 21 plus, and Mike, I'm only 19. So I was not able to attend. I hope you had a fun time back home, Mike. Just know that when Adam Sandler is back in my town, which is his hometown, my dad went to school with him, humble brag. I will not be recommending you to play the adult version of the Shaggy Dog in Grown Ups 3. Sorry if this is a long one, Steve. Just turn your font size down and you won't think it's so much to read. Anyway, thanks, boys, for making me laugh multiple times a week. Your chemistry with each other is unmatched. God save the Queen. Declan, if you want to call, my phone number is 911. Katie says, this scissor thing is more serious than we thought. Let's find out why. Hey, honky boys. I'm a honky horn honk.
I don't give a fuck, Becca the Goo.
Honk
Tell
girl.
someone else.
Honk girl.
Jackpot.
It's as satisfying to me as coming is.
Let me do my show, for Christ's sake!
Halloween. Halloween.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting.
Stop it!
I'm a horny, horn-conking honk girl named Katie. I was in the Dollar Tree the other day, humble brag, non-spawn.
I'm like. I'm coming day. I'm coming day and night. 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 I'm coming. It's a sound.
Let me do my show, for Christ's sake!
I'm coming. I'm like. It's a sound. I'm coming day and night. I'm coming.
You need to fill it with your cum, Kevin.
I was disturbed to find this scissor thing is more serious than we thought. I was walking down the craft toy aisle and I overheard two ladies in distress. They were exclaiming in dismay. Walt Dismay presents. Let's go to Dismayland. They were exclaiming in dismay that there were no scissors to be found. No scissors to be found! After letting them search a while more and confirming for myself that there were indeed no scissors to be found anywhere in the store, I walked up to them and said, "Don't worry. There are people out there fighting for this cause." And I walked away and got in the checkout line. We really do live in a world where scissors are becoming scarce, and I'm scared. Hugs and kisses, Katie Walturds. Hashtag stand with scissors. Hashtag run with scissors. Hashtag scissors for everyone. Hashtag shout out to scissors. Hashtag fart noise. Guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Dynamic Banter. I want to thank my special guest, Owen Carter on the keys, Kevin Plackey killing it, doing the Lord's work, making the studio look so nice, working overtime, doing extra to make the show look real good this week. Shout out to Ryan Faroki, who probably made this episode look good. I don't know. I won't know. But we trust him. Shout out to Leah, for making those wonderful clips. We love the clips. And shout out to you, the patrons of the Dynamic Banter Patreon, and to the listeners, the freeloaders we call them. We appreciate you. And don't forget to check out youtube.com/Dynamic Banter for all the episodes of Dynamic Banter in video format, so you can see us screwing around, making funny faces and doing shit like this. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Check out MikeFalzone.com for all the latest in Mike Falzone comedy tours all over the US, the East Coast, and whatnot. And check out dynamicbanter.clothing this Monday, October 3rd. Monday is the 3rd already? Fucking A. This Monday, October 3rd, we got our special new Halloween Dynamic Banter shirt. For all you special kids, it's exclusive. Probably only available for a limited time, and then it'll go away and you'll never be able to get it again. So guys, please check that out. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. And thank you, Owen. Really appreciate you so much. And I appreciate you too. Thank you.